listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Right now, y'all, it's 53 degrees and it's going up to a high of 65, so it is going to be beautiful. I'm going to have to get out the house today. Because, well, I got a bowl tonight. I forgot I got a bowl tonight. So I'll be out the house anyway, but I might go out today just to get some fresh air. And I don't have to put on my big sweater. I don't even have a coat anymore. Like, I have a big sweater, but it's been cold. I should have a coat. But good morning. Hope you're doing great today. Today is Thursday. It's my Friday. It's your Thursday. It's my Friday. It's your Thursday. It ain't really my Friday because I got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do. Y'all know normally on Thursday I have a guest, but I don't have a guest today. So I'm going to, and that's my fault. I was telling Georgette, who books all the guests for the show, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to this person that was supposed to be the guest, and I did not talk to them. So instead of having a guest today, you got me. But here's the thing. We're going to do I'm going to do a little bit of different show. I'm going to give you a couple of news articles that I ran across, and then I'm going to talk about starting your business in 2021. And I'm going to talk about 3 specific industries that are pretty good right now, and how you can get started. So this is a little bit different, and that's only because I was looking at the news at the unemployment rate right now, and it is ridiculous. I'm talking about it's outrageous. And I was also looking at all of the crazy stuff that's going on in politics right now. And and I'm going to talk about a little bit about that in the next couple of segments, but it just amazes me because I guarantee you people who are not struggling with money right now, they're really not paying this stuff any attention. They're not. The people who are struggling right now are the people who are paying this stuff some attention with all the craziness that's going on right now. They really are probably, well, I'm not going to say that. I can't even say that because I don't even know. Here's the thing. My goal this year, 2021, is to help families become secure in their financial future. That's my goal. And so that's why I'm talking about starting businesses. And I'll tell y'all, you know what? I'll talk about that on the other side. When I get ready to go into that, I'll talk about that and more and what you got to do. Because it's rough now, I ain't going to lie. However, what's your alternative right now? To be stuck in this situation right here again. So I'm going to not talk about that yet. I'm going to give you, today is December the 10th. It's National Lager Day. So if you like to drink lagers, go ahead. I know, was it last year? I think it was last year. My husband and I went downtown to the St. Patrick's Day Parade downtown Lawrenceville, and I bought him it was dark too, y'all. That beer was so dark. It was a lager. It was dark, and so they gave it to him in a big green cup, and I want to say the cup might have been about maybe a 20-ounce cup maybe, and he drank half of it, and he was like, oh my God, I feel drunk. Because it's probably so strong. I don't like beer. But anyway, for those of you who like beer, today is National Lager Day. So go ahead, do your thing. That's if you want to. Don't drink too much because you might get one of them real, real strong ones and then you can't walk straight. I'm telling you, that's what he did. I want to wish a happy birthday shout out to my Uncle Bubba, all the way in heaven. He was a great man, y'all. He was such a wonderful, wonderful person, and everybody loved him. Let me tell y'all something. My uncle had secrets, and when I tell you he took a bunch of them to his grave, We found a bag full of letters in his attic from people who had requested money from him, like family members and friends. All these letters, like, hey, they used to call him Pop. Hey, Pop, I need a few dollars, and he would send it to him. I remember him working on his job. He worked on his job for a very long time. I honestly, in my heart, I felt like his job killed him. He worked on a golf course. He was a supervisor on a golf course, and he worked there for 42 years. But he worked with that pesticide for 42 years, the one that they talk about on TV. And we didn't know about that at the time. So he died from lung cancer. And I honestly, with everything in my heart, believe that job killed him, like literally. And the fact that he lost his wife. I think he gave up after that. But anyway, he used to, people would work on his job and they got paid every week. This is what they did. They got paid every week. And by the end of the week, everybody was broke. So by Wednesday or Thursday, they were broke. And they would come to my Uncle Bubba and they would say, hey, Pop, I need to hold something. Let me have a weapon. He called it the weapon, y'all. Because he would give it to them, but they had to give back double or triple. And they did it. You know what I mean? They did it. And he gave everybody the weapon. He gave me mine for free. I was in there too. But, he was the one who helped my mom pretty much raise my brother and I. When we moved to Jersey, we went to live with him. He doesn't have any kids. His wife had grown kids. And when we came to Jersey, I was 12 years old. We went to go live with Uncle Bubba and his first wife, who passed away after that. But we went to go live with them, and after we lived with them for probably about 4 months, because my mom is very independent. She didn't want to live with anybody, so we only lived with Uncle Bubba, and we only lived with him for about 4 months, and then we moved on to our own place. But my mother and all her siblings are pretty close. But her Uncle Bubba was like two peas in a pod. Now her and my Uncle David are like two peas in a pod, and these are her brothers. She had 6 brothers, and Uncle Bubba would give everybody the weapon, but me. And my brother, I don't think my brother ever asked for anything. It was just like me, because, I was like, hey, Uncle Bubba, I need to do such and such. And he would give it to me. No questions asked. None. Never asked a question. What you going to do? When am I going to get it back? And then my Uncle David, yeah, that's when I was in my wild and crazy days, when I was out there partying every week, spending up all my money. I went to my Uncle David. Now, Uncle David will give it to you, right? But he want to know when you going to give it back. And let me tell you how it is. If you don't give it back, when you say you're going to give it back, you got a problem. And I never asked Uncle David for nothing else. Yep, never gonna ask you for anything else, bruh. Uncle Bubba never asked for it back. He never asked what you need to do with it. He never said a word how much you need. Everybody called me Audrey. They either called me Aud or Audrey. Audrey, how much you need? And I would say, but I never got a lot. I probably get like $50 or something. And he didn't care. He didn't have any kids. He had a great job. He didn't have bills. He didn't have credit cards. He owned no credit cards, y'all. He didn't drive a car. He had his house. That's the only bill outside of having public service, and I don't even think he had cable because he didn't watch sports. He was very old fashioned, and he stayed old fashioned to the day he left us. He didn't have a car. He didn't have credit cards. None of that stuff. He was just a great person. So, Uncle Bubba, we miss you. We miss you. We miss you so much, and wish you happy birthday all the way in heaven. I know you're looking down on us because I know some of these things we probably into, you probably kind of don't do that. I know. He's a good person. He was one of those people that you just never forget. And so many people spoke at his funeral about what a good person he was. Everybody on his job, from the supervisors to the managers, everybody just came and they spoke about what a great person you are. That's when you know you've left a mark on this earth. And when people can say so many good things about you. Now, granted, it's probably was somebody that didn't like him. I can't imagine who that would have been. And if they didn't like him, it was their ego, because Uncle Bo was just a really nice person. All right, so let's get on with your horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thosson for today, December the 10th. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Look into attending seminars that can expand your perception. Opportunities to upgrade your living standards will come through your lover or through joint financial ventures. You don't like confrontations at the best of times. However, you may find them difficult to avoid. All right, you're going to have some confrontations today. You're going to find them difficult to avoid. Here's the thing. If you see it coming, get out of the way. That's all I'm saying. Don't even sit there and argue. Even if you know you're right, just you know how many times I could be in a confrontation. I know I'm right. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't, because if it's something that doesn't really matter, whether I'm right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. I don't even get into it. So my thought to you, Aries, if it doesn't really matter, don't bother. Now, if it's something that you truly need to stand up for because it matters, then hey, you may have that confrontation. But if it's something that whether you're right or wrong don't really matter, you just want to be right or wrong, forget about it. Let the other person win. Go, yeah, whatever. Go ahead. And just whatever. Put your hand up. Whatever, man. Go ahead. I'm telling you, because that's how. And my mother hates that when I do that, but she does the same thing. I'll be shit did you ask? No, I didn't ask. Why? It didn't matter. It really didn't matter. I don't care. It didn't matter. You should have did such and such. Why? God, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not doing that. And that's just how I roll. Because otherwise, I'd be debating a whole bunch of people about a whole bunch of different things. I'm like, man, why would I expend energy on crap that really doesn't matter? It's not going to affect me one way or the other, except for I may want to be right. And sometimes it's better to be happy than right. You ever heard that saying before? That's a saying. Taurus, travel will be favorable. If you haven't already, consider starting your own business, Taurus. Emotional situations could bring out your stubborn nature. All right, Taurus, I'm going to talk about this in the next segment after I get past the news. So if you're thinking about starting a business, listen to what I have to say in the next couple of segments, because it's going to help you. It's going to help you. This is going to help somebody. I feel like a pastor right now. Gemini, you'll be tempted to spend extravagantly today. Investments may be misrepresented today. You can expect to experience delays or additional red tape if you deal with institutions. Yeah, you're gonna want to spend some money today. I want to say to you, well, listen, it's holiday time. Just watch the pocket. If it's gonna hurt you later, like if it's gonna hurt you in January, Gemini, don't spend too much. Get them a gift card. I hate gift cards. I hate buying gift cards. But if that means you're gonna get like $25 and that's gonna help your budget for next year, which is in 3 weeks, then you need to get the $25 gift card. Cancer, don't bother trying to make someone you live with see your point of view. Don't bother, Cancer. Watch for empty promises that may give you false hope. You need to keep busy doing things that you both enjoy. Listen here, don't bother trying to make somebody see your point of view. It ain't gonna happen today. I just said it. Doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, then drop it. Move on. I'm just telling you, Cancer, don't waste your energy on stuff that really doesn't matter. Whether your point of view is right or not, don't waste your time. Leo, you will have a childlike approach today, big-hearted and full of spunk. Your ability to put a deal together will surprise others. Talk to an older, established individual about your present situation. Yeah, you're going to be like a big kid today, Leo. Big-hearted and full of spunk. That's a good thing. Good. Spread that energy around. Big-hearted and full of spunk. That's what we need. We need that good energy. Spread it around today, Leo. Virgo, the personal problems you may be having are interfering with your productivity. You can have a working relationship with children if you exercise patience and understanding of the limits they face. Your home environment may be volatile if precautions aren't taken. Listen, check your home, Virgo. You don't want it to be volatile. You want to check it. Get the stuff out of there that needs to get out. Get the people out of there that need to get out. Check your home today, right? And talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. They need you to talk to them. They need you to listen. Sometimes parents don't listen because they think they know everything. And kids are smart. These kids right now, man, these kids are smart. So talk to your kids. Listen to what they have to say today, Virgo. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiason. Stay tuned.
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars. I'm caught inside a loop where I can get to your heart. Ooh, you're letting your fears take hold, let them take control, and it's making me crazy. If you could only look at me, you know how I feel. Oh, see how much I want it, see how bad I need it. You gotta look into my eyes. That's how much I want it, that's how bad I need it. into my eyes.
Welcome back, welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. We're going to pick it up with Libra. You may not be as well received in a group endeavors if you try to force your will on others. Man, is everybody trying to force their will on everybody today? Avoid any gossip and be careful that you aren't misinterpreted. Money can be made if you use your ingenuity, and we're going to talk about that on the other side. Yes, Libra, money can be made if you use your ingenuity, baby. Scorpio, spend time with yourself to avoid any conflicts with family members. You should consider submitting some of your written work for publication. Oh, my goodness. Your ability to stand out in a crowd will bring you recognition you desire. You know, it's so funny, right? My message today is about really following your passion and starting this business and, things like that. So it's kind of weird that a lot of what I'm reading today in the horoscopes is telling people to step out and do something like that. And so, and it's weird that I would even want to do that message today. Not weird, but, woo, like that kind of thing. I'm just saying. Sagittarius, underhandedness will affect your reputation. Quarrels will erupt if you get into philosophical debates with friends. Don't hesitate to take a short trip. Listen, that's another thing. That's a theme for today. Listen, don't get into debates. Don't try to get your opinion across. Just leave it alone. If it doesn't matter, leave it alone. Now, if it matters, do what you got to do. If it really doesn't matter, it's just an ego trip for you because you want to be right, don't do it. It's just too much energy wasted. Capricorn, your communication skills are at an all-time high. Pleasure trips will bring you into contact with new and interesting people. You may end up being blamed if anything goes wrong. Listen, take you a trip, right? Don't do nothing. Just take a trip. Take a trip to the park. Walk around the park. Put your mask on. Just take a trip. That way you don't get blamed for anything. Stay away. Aquarius, unreliable people will be negative about your ideas. Friends and relatives may be hard to take today. Do a little investigation if there is someone at work you don't trust. Yeah, listen, let me tell you something about ideas. If you know the people around you don't even have an idea, don't share yours with them. That's just the bottom line. If they're around you, they don't have an idea in this world, you don't see them doing anything but watching TV and gossiping and on Facebook looking at people's pictures, don't share your idea with them. Because they're not going to give you any positive feedback. And I'm going to talk about that on the other side. But I'm just telling you right now, Aquarius, don't share it. Because here's the thing. You don't want their negative energy about what you're trying to get done. I'm just saying. We'll talk about that on the other side, though. And my fellow fish Pisces, if you can include them in your plans, do so. Don't let your health suffer because of abuse. Try to deal with it quickly. Don't dwell on past regrets. Amen. Amen. Amen, stars. Don't dwell on past regrets. Take care of yourself. If you know you are in an abusive situation, get out. And I know listen, I talked to this woman one time. I helped her write a book, and we did a video about her. And she told this horrific story of being abused. Her and her husband had this major lifestyle. They had the big house, the fancy cars, the great job titles. And she talked about how he abused her to the point where one night she got out of the shower and the only thing she was able to do was put her panties on. I was crying. The story was so horrific. I had never heard anything like it. Only thing she got a chance to do was put her panties on. He told him, "I'll kill you tonight." And I guess he started to fight her. She ran out the house with just panties, ran across the street to the neighbors. She got to the neighbor's door. She knocked on the door, rang the bell. She was able to get their attention, but by the time they got out the house, he was dragging her back across the lawn to their house. And she was going to die that night. But she was able to get away, and she was able to live. And I asked her, "Why did you stay?" Because that's my question. If somebody beating the snot out of me, why am I going to stay? And so she said to me, because I thought it would get better. Because every time he would beat her, he would tell her he was sorry. He won't do it again. And he did it again. And that night changed her life, but it also saved her life. So my fellow fish, if you know you are being abused, whether it's physically, emotionally, or verbally, find a way to get out. And rather sooner than later, because she was blessed. She was blessed to have made it out. And there were other women that I ran across later who was blessed to have made it out, but there was some that didn't make it out. I don't want that to be you, fish. So your stars is saying, don't let your health suffer because of abuse. Now, here's the thing. It may not be even spousal abuse. It may be you abusing yourself with food, drugs, alcohol. Don't do it to yourself. Life is too precious. And if you're having problems right now, and I know a lot of people are struggling right now, and you have some mental stuff going on, seek some help. Go talk to a professional. Borrow $80 and go find a professional that will talk to you. There's an episode I did a while ago. Her name is God, what is her name? But she's a therapist. Go talk to her. Whether you're 12 or 20, whether you're 20 or 80, if you're feeling like you're depressed and you have to use alcohol and drugs and food and all these things and that's abusing you, go talk to somebody. I'm telling you. Don't talk to people around you who you know are going to judge you. Find you a professional, and that's what they do. And you talk to somebody. All right, listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again on Monday to bring you more of the horoscopes. Now let's get on to some news you can use. And I have to talk about this because it's so ridiculous. So I have to talk about it. So the state of Texas has filed a lawsuit to overturn all of the votes in the battleground states. Now, here's my thing, right? These people, to me, all these people that are following Trump, they're crazy. Like, they're just, like, you're actually saying that Trump won pretty much every state. They didn't say California because they know he wasn't going to lose They know he wasn't going to win California. They know he wasn't going to lose Jersey. They know he wasn't going to lose, New York and probably Connecticut and Pennsylvania. I mean, not Pennsylvania. They know he wasn't going to win those, right? Win those. So they don't care about those. But the states where they feel like there are no people that they didn't vote for him. And that is the craziest, and they are nuts. Like, I honestly think they're crazy. Like, at this point, it's either they're crazy or they got some grand scheme up their sleeves. But it's ridiculous. And I applaud the Georgia Republicans and the other Republicans who are standing against this nonsense and craziness. And here's what I don't get. I don't think people understand. The more we sit here and let Trump and his dummies split us up, the worse we're going to be. The world is watching us. And I'm telling you what I believe in my spirit. They're watching us and they're ready to pounce. Because Trump and all them fools that are following him are still trying to separate this country. You're supposed to be 15, 16 million people have COVID-19, and this is what they're focused on. He lost. And people honestly believe because he keeps saying it over. Let me tell y'all something. And we're going to talk about this in business. And this is a prime example of what I'm going to talk about in business. And Trump knows this because he's a businessman. If you keep telling people something over and 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 over again, the ones that are weak will start to believe it. Let me say that one more time. If you keep telling people something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, the ones that are weak will start to believe it. He and his people are saying this so many times that right now our Senate election is like the people are like so misinformed and so misguided, and they honestly believe that he won. He did not win. There were Republicans that was like, he is deplorable. Republicans. That's why they didn't vote for him. Y'all. Here's what I need some of the Republicans to do. Raise your hand and say, listen, we didn't vote for Trump. He sucked. We didn't. He's in our party, but he sucked. We didn't vote for him. Because people really do think that he won. And that's because he keeps saying it over and over and over. Now Texas is filing a lawsuit to overturn the elections in all the battleground states. And I know, I get so sick of talking about this stuff, but it's just so ridiculous. We should be talking about other stuff. We should be trying to figure out how to get this vaccine into Georgia so everybody can get it, so we can get back to some type of normal. But instead of him doing that before he leaves, he's trying to figure out how to stay and ruin us. Because I'm telling you, the world is watching us. First of all, there are a lot of people in the world that hate the United States. They don't just hate black folks. They hate the whole effing United States. They hate us. Right? Because we are the United States, and they think we're arrogant. They think we're lazy. They think we're ungrateful. So they hate us because they struggle and they see us with all these opportunities and we waste it. So they hate us. So they're waiting for us to fall. And if we leave these people in place, we're going to fall. and they're going to pounce on us. They're going to pounce on us like you step on a roach. It's going to be a World War III. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds conspiracy theorist kind of stuff. I believe that. I believe it is in the Bible. So all you Bible thumping folks, check the Bible. The West, the East shall rise up against us. They're waiting. Check your Bible. It's in your Bible. All of you who think, oh Lord, the Lord is saying, it's in your Bible. The East shall rise up against us. It's in your Bible. Check it out. They're waiting on us. And the more we do stupid crap like this right here, the more they like, yeah, go ahead, y'all. You know how you about to eat something, you start rubbing your hands because you know it's going to be good? They're over there rubbing their hands right now. They got their hands going. They just waiting. They're just waiting. They're just waiting. They're just waiting. Yeah, overturn it. Because they know if they overturn it, we're going to fall. We're going to fall and hit our face. And I can't believe that these people, who I'm sure a lot of them supposed to be smart people, will even take part in this. I applaud the ones who said, you know what? We're not doing this. We are people of dignity and integrity. Purdue and Loeffler, you're not. And to me, that just shows that you're not. You would never get my vote. Because for you to even I understand you're trying to save your seat, but for you to go along with nonsense like this, that just shows that you're desperate, greedy, and evil. That's what that shows. And you don't care about the American people. You only care about you. Because if you did, you would not be a part of stuff like this. If you cared about the American people in a whole, because you don't care about poor people. I know you know you're rich, you don't care. So, whatever. I'm done with that. And then they got this dummy who was trying to be the mayor. She done raised her hand. That's why you're not the mayor, Mary. For crap like you would never be the mayor of Atlanta. So you never, ever. They won't vote you in. After this, you can guarantee you won't be the mayor of Atlanta. So don't even try to run next year. She ran, she lost. Now she raising her hand and say, hey, I'm with it. It's the truth. You're an idiot. And you would never be the mayor of Atlanta. And especially now, you may have had a chance before. Now, because you have signed your life away to join this ridiculous crusade with the rest of these idiots, you would never be a mayor of Atlanta. So go be the mayor somewhere else. Go be the mayor down where they think that, you know what, it's true. I'm going to a song. This stuff gets on my nerve, and I'm so sick of talking about it.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But never, never, ever, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. Should've known by your rap sheet that you weren't nice. But now I am telling you, I'm going to smile. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But never, never, ever, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star. And in a week or two, I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck, and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track. Here she goes. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done.
Welcome back. So listen, I'm about to jump. I'm about to change my course right now. We're gonna talk about some businesses you can start in 2020 that are pretty much in high demand, and some of them are extremely lucrative, and that you can start for under $100. And so my reason for doing this is because there are a lot of people right now who are suffering. They're waiting for unemployment. They're waiting for the government to pass a bill so they can get some stimulus money. They're waiting for a lot of things. And here's what I'm here to tell you. There are a lot of opportunities out there. Now, I'm going to start off with this disclaimer. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. It's not for the lazy. It's not for the feeble and the weak of mind. It is not. It's not for the ones that want praise all the time. If that's you, and the only way you can move forward is somebody telling you how well you're doing, it's not for you. Because let me tell you right now, that won't happen. It's not going to happen. And not until you get to the point where you're making a ton of money and you got this fan base behind you. But that takes time. And even then, you got to be able to counteract criticism. Look at our president. And I don't mean to go back to politics, but this is business. He has been doing business, good or bad. He calls himself a businessman. But the minute somebody says something negative against him, he loses his cool. If you can't stand criticism, this may not be for you, because people are going to hate on you. If you do good, they're going to hate. If you do bad, they're going to hate. They're going to hate. You got people that's going to love you if you do good. They're going to love you if you do bad because they just love you. You got people in your surrounding circle that won't support you at all. If you need somebody that can constantly stroke your ego, baby, this ain't for you. Let me just get all these out the way right now. Right now. Now, who is this for? Who has been an entrepreneur for? Being an entrepreneur is for that person who don't mind digging deep, who don't mind sacrificing, who don't mind foregoing, who don't mind putting in hard work. That's for you. Who don't care if people hate them. Who don't care if nobody pats them on the head. Who don't care if they give you a word of inspiration for the day. You're going to do it anyway. Because some people, if you don't say something good about them, then they can't feel good about themselves, and then nothing gets done. If that's you, this ain't for you. I'm just saying. Because there have been times to this day, I can't imagine, no one has called me in the last 8 months and said, hey girl, how business going? I don't think anybody called me in the last 8 years and said that. That's not true. Nah, that's probably true. Because they don't care. You have to care about you and your business no matter what. And so if you need second person validation, it's not for you. If you don't want to give up, Game of Thorns or Word Bliss or a have and have nots, it's not for you. I'm telling you, it's not for you. If you don't want to give up getting your nails done and your hair did, you can't you really can't see yourself making any sacrifices. It's not for you. Now, I needed to get that out the way, because let me tell you what it's going to take, and then I'll tell you about three industries that are booming right now that you can get into. It's going to take you being committed to the promise that you make to yourself. Let me say that again. It's going to take you being committed to the promise you made to yourself. Will it be easy? Nope, it will not. If you come out on the other end, will you be fulfilled and gratified? Yes, you will. If you are looking for the opportunity to have your own freedom, yeah, it gives you freedom. Now, let me tell you this. I probably work harder than I've ever worked in my life, but I have freedom. Now, you may be saying, Audrey, how is that? Because I'm free to stop when I want to stop. No, if I just, and I give you a prime example. Night before last, right? Now, I worked all day. And I got into bed to go to sleep, and I realized my site wasn't working. I got out the bed. I called the hosting company. And by the time I got back to sleep, it was 2:30 in the morning, and my site still wasn't working. I forgot about it yesterday. Got in the bed, right? Got in the bed and realized, crap, my site is still down. Got out the bed. Got on the phone with GoDaddy. And my site is back up this morning. Now, I could have easily said, you know what, I'll just do that in the morning. But I needed to get that done yesterday, which I should have, it should have been done the day before. Now, I'm free today. So today I started my day right when it was time to do my show. Normally, I get up 6:30. I do all these things. Have not done any of that. Nope. I will start my day when I get finished talking to you. That's freedom. I probably won't do anything else after I finish talking to you. Probably watch television because I'm exhausted, and get ready to bowl tonight so I don't suck. Yep, that's probably what I do. That's freedom. Tomorrow, I have a choice because tomorrow's supposed to be my free day. What am I going to do? I'm probably going to go to dinner with my husband or go to the football game to see Grayson High School play with my brother. I have a choice. Then on Saturday, I can decide whether I want to watch Hallmark Christmas shows all weekend or do I want to do some work. Now, 9 times out of 10, knowing me, some work is going to be in there somewhere. But if I choose not to, that's freedom. So if that's you, this may be for you. Entrepreneurship may be for you. Now, let's talk about these industries. Wait, let me say one more thing. If you can't stand people being mad at you, because let me tell you what's going to happen. When you start on this journey, right, of saying, you know what, I want to launch my own business, I'm going to grow it, it's going to be successful no matter what. Guess what people are going to start saying? The people around you who aren't doing anything. Oh my God, you don't even have time for us anymore. Nope. I love you though. But nope, you want to get on this roller coaster with me? Come on, take the ride. But right now, I'm on a roller coaster, and it's going in one direction. So either you come on with me, or I'll holler at you at Christmas time. I love you, though. You got to be able to say that. You got to be able to say, I love you, but right now, I got to get this hustle. I'm on my grind right now. I need you to understand it and know that I love you, though. Because sometimes, I'm telling you what I know, people will turn their backs on you. They're going to say stuff like, oh, she thinks she's better than us. Nope. That's what you think. It's not what I think. Right now, I'm thinking about this marketing plan. That's what you think. Right now, I'm thinking about this social media manager I need to hire. That's what you think. Oh, my God. I mean, what's going on with her marriage? Something, because she ain't never around no more. I mean, she done fell in love. Nope. I'm on my grind right now. None of that what you saying makes sense, and I don't care. I love you, though. That's what you got. Let me tell you something. You will have to do that more than I'm saying right now. And you're going to lose some friends that you're never going to regain. But here's the thing. If you lose them, were they ever really your friend? If they see you grinding and trying to get somewhere and they have an attitude because you don't have time to spend with them gossiping, were they ever really your friend? And let me just say this to you too. As you move through this process, you will grow. And the people that you're around, including your spouse, may not grow with you. And you need to know how to handle that. And here's how you handle that. You talk to other entrepreneurs who have gone through exactly what you're going through. There's a woman, her name is Allie Brown. And she told us, she has an extremely successful business. Go look her up. Her name is Allie Brown. She started out doing newsletters. She was called the e-zine queen. This is when e-zines, electronic newsletters had first came out. And she talked, and it was so funny because as she told the story, I remember how I used to do the same thing. So when information products first came out, everybody was buying a program. It was coming in the mail in big boxes with all these CDs and DVDs and workbooks and all that stuff. And that's when you start on this whole business and personal development roller coaster, right? And she told the story how she was going to these seminars and conferences and buying all these programs, and she was married. And she had to hide the programs in the closet because she was taking so many programs that her husband was not happy about that. But what happened is the more she developed herself, the less they had in common because he wasn't developing himself. He didn't have any goals. He wasn't trying to do what she was trying to do. He wasn't being supportive, and she left him. And she said she was living in New York and she left him and she moved into an empty apartment and she laid on the floor and she cried all night. Because when you leave somebody, it's like somebody is dying, right? But what happens is you have a choice. Do I want to stay and be miserable because they don't support me? And they don't have anything going on. So the more they don't have anything going on, the less you're going to want to be around them. And so who wants to be around somebody and they're not happy? Right? So she left them. Their friends were mad. They thought she did them wrong. But that's what it was. When I was with one of my relationships, and I was in school, I was trying to do a business. My daughter was about 3 years old. My boyfriend said to me, oh my God, you always in school. Well, I'm trying to better myself and we got this kid. That's what we're supposed to do. I left him. I had to go. We weren't on the same page. And here's the thing. He was so talented. He was super duper duper talented in the music space. And he would do nothing with it. Nothing. He just let it go. It was just like, it was a hobby. It meant nothing. And I would see that and like, yo, you need to do something with that. You know, I would set up like auditions and all this kind of stuff, and he wouldn't even show up. We weren't meant to be. And so I had to go because I had a kid now. I couldn't party 24. Listen, I used to party 4 days a week, straight up. I would go to, my mother would see me coming in. We worked at the hospital together. And I'll be coming in from partying. She said, you going to work today? I'm like, nah, I ain't going. I'll go in there and go to bed. Because me and my friends and party all night. And she would shake her head, and go to work. Because she wasn't like me. She was a diehard, I'm going to get to work every day. Me, on the other hand, was like, yeah, I ain't going. So you're going to have those people in your life. Now let's get on to some of the businesses you can start in 2021 that are in high demand and that you can start with little or no money, about $100, right? So the first one I want to talk about is a virtual assistant. So if you have a skill that people need, if you know how to type, if you don't mind making cold calls. Most people hate making cold calls. Like you can call yourself the cold call queen and make a killing. I guarantee you. If you said, you know what, I'm a virtual assistant, and here's the thing, you want to niche it down. All I do is make cold calls. Now that's a person with some thick skin. If that's you, and you don't care about people telling you no, you're gonna keep calling. You know who I think is like that? My aunt. You can tell her no a million times. She'll keep asking, and I was like, oh my gosh, she doesn't take no for an answer. I think my aunt is like that. If you know you have thick skin, right, and you want to be the cold call queen, right, call yourself the cold call queen, and you're a virtual assistant. All you do is make cold calls and follow-up calls. That's all you do. I'm telling you, you'll be rich. But you got to be one of those people that can stand them no's. You got to be one of them people that can stand people yelling at you and screaming at you. Let me tell you, I did telemarketing one time. And here's the thing. They made me work on Super Bowl Sunday, and I forgot what I was calling about. And I was young. I was just not trying to find my way after college. And they had me calling people on Super Bowl. I got cursed out so many times. I stopped calling. I was like, no, I can't wait till this is over. People were cursing me out left and right. Do you know what day it is? It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm never going to forget that. I was probably about 21 years old. Them people told me off, and I was calling trying to sell them something. I knew right then and there, yep, telemarketing is cold calling, not my thing. But listen, if you are that person, virtual assistants can make a lot of money. And there are a lot of sites out there like Thumbtack, there's Fiverr, Upworks. You can go and put your profile up there, and it's free. And put the type of work that you do. Now, here's the thing. This is what I will tell you and what I've learned over the years. You want to have a niche. Like my niche right now is streaming media. Like that's the niche I'm in. That's podcasting and streaming TV. It's a very small niche, but there are a lot of people that say, okay, I need to launch a podcast, which is why I spoke to like 3 or 4 people yesterday, including being interviewed by a gentleman who lived in Malaysia. Like he interviewed me for his show on his podcast. He lived in Malaysia. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I felt honored that he stayed up to 2 o'clock in the morning to interview me yesterday. Okay. So there are people out there who need your services. They need you to help them get organized. If you're an organized person, right, and you know how to go in there and do Excel, if you're an Excel queen and you know how to go in there and make it happen, they need you. If you can get somebody books in order so they don't get audited and get hit with all kind of penalties, they need you. So virtual assistants is a high profile business that you can start from home with less than $100. Here's what you need to do. First, decide on what niche you want to get into. Don't try to be everything to everybody. Pick a niche. If you're going to cold call, be the cold call queen. If you're going to be bookkeeping, be the bookkeeping queen. If you're going to be an insurance, be the insurance queen, king, whatever. Pick a niche. If you're going to do insurance, if it's going to be life insurance, if it's going to be death insurance, pick one. Don't try to do them all. Now, what'll happen is you will probably do some more stuff, but when people get to know you, they get to know you for that. People know me right now for podcasting and streaming TV. That's what they know me for. Now, do I have other ventures? Yes. I have an e-commerce store on Shopify. I don't talk about it very often because I want to be known for this while I build that, because that's not there yet, and I'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so virtual assistant. Think about that. That's if you have a skill that people will pay for, and they will pay for it, especially if you're a virtual assistant. But let me just say this. I have a friend, she fired her virtual assistant. And she fired her virtual assistant because she asked her to do something very simple. But the virtual assistant wanted to do it her way, and it cost her a lot of money and some deadlines. She got fired. Now, you may think you know more than the other person, the person that hired you, right? Now, this is your business. You know your business. But if your client says, hey, I need you to make this call at 2 o'clock and get this person on my calendar, that's what they need. Don't you say, I'm going to call them at 1:45. They said 2 o'clock because at 1:45, I'm still on the call. Now the person is pissed because they're waiting for 15 minutes. Now they don't want to talk to me and I've just lost the interview. Don't do that. So she fired her virtual assistant, and I'm sure she was paying her pretty good money. And the lady told her something crazy. I forgot what it was. And I was like, oh, snap. But she fired her. So look at being a virtual assistant. There are a lot of courses out there. There are even agencies out there that will hire you as a virtual assistant. Now, here's the thing. If you go with an agency, they're going to help you get clients, but now you're going to be working for somebody. And let me just say this. As an entrepreneur, you're always working for somebody. You just make your own hours. Now, you may be able to do that with an agency, but there are virtual assistant agencies out there that can help you get clients. But if you don't want to do that, set up a profile on LinkedIn. Put your niche out there, whatever it is. If it's insurance, then it's insurance. If you just want to focus on life insurance, if you're an investor, you want to focus on 529. People are still sending their kids to college. If you want to focus on investing with a 529 for kids, and that's going to be your niche, then that's your niche. Make that your niche. My niche is 5. Let me tell you, when I was going to get my investment license, that was going to be my niche. I was going to be the 529 queen. That's all I wanted to do. I only wanted to, because I knew, this is what I knew for a fact. I know that people spend tons of money on their kids. They will go without to provide for their kids. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that people who wanted their education was important to them, and they knew their kids, needed to be able to go to school. I was going to focus on nothing but 529s had I got my investment license. I already knew because I had a kid, and I knew the mistake I made. I didn't do the 529. Somebody came to me and told me about it, but I wasn't mature enough in my thinking to say, okay, yeah, you know what? I need to do this. So my daughter got $70,000 worth of student loans right now. She does. That's because I made the mistake. So if you are an investment advisor, pick a niche, right? Put it on put it on I ain't gonna say Facebook. Put it on LinkedIn. Go to thumbtack.com, set up a profile there. Go to Upwork, set up a profile there. Go to Fiverr, set up a profile there. Now people know that you have all of the things I just said to you. They're all free, under $100. Go set up you a website. Yes, you can put it on Instagram and all. That's not your website. So if you do any kind of violations on those sites, they can shut you down. Here's the thing, and it's going to lead me into my next one. You need a website. So before I get into the next one, because this is a good one too, before I get into the next one, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free, set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, oh, oh. Why do we put each other through hell? Why can't we just get over ourselves? I know I should. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore.
welcome back. So listen, I was talking about you need a website as a virtual assistant. My daughter hates when I say that, but you need a website. You got to think of your website as your own real estate, because if any of these platforms decide they want to shut down, you own your real estate. So you need a website. Now, here's the thing. If you don't know how to build a website, you can go to the same sites that I just said to you, Thumbtack, Fiverr, Upworks, and hire somebody to create your website. Now, there are great tools out there like Weebly and Wix. You can go in there and learn it yourself. But if you decide, you know what, I don't want to do that. I create so many Weebly sites, WordPress sites, and I've only probably did about 3 or 4 Wix sites. But if someone needed it, I could. When I first started out in the tech space, I started out learning how to do websites. I went to a school called SciSoft. I got my certificate in website development. Then I learned how to use, now this, I'm dating myself. This is way back when. Then I learned how to use Front Page. Microsoft came out with their own website software called Front Page, and I learned how to use Front Page to build our website. I've been building websites for years, y'all. Like probably since 1999, for years. And I still do to this day. If someone comes to me, even though my core business is podcasting and streaming media, what'll happen is they'll say, well, I need a website. Do you do that too? And this happens all the time. Now, I know for a fact that I can throw you up a Weebly website in a week. It's going to cost you $3.95. And that's what I tell them. Hey, if you want a WordPress now, it's going to be a little bit more money. And I tell them this is why you should have a Weebly, or this is why you should have a WordPress. Now, when I know that they're doing really major, big things, I say you need a WordPress site. You know, you need a simple 3 to 5 page WordPress site. And I don't try to kill them, because I know they're not going to do major things with that site. And it's pretty simple. So I do a $5.95 WordPress site, and that happens all the time. And so, but if they say, I just need a place so I can send people to so they can listen to my podcast, and you really don't need nothing major, then get Weebly. Get Weebly. Are you going to be blogging? No, I'm not going to be blogging. Then you just get you a nice, simple Weebly site. Let's do that, $3.95. Cool. I do that all the time. If you have that skill, there are people that will pay you all the time, and that doesn't even have to be your niche. Like, that's not my niche. I don't walk around and say, hey, I do websites. I can go on a WordPress site, because that ain't my niche. My niche is streaming media. That's my niche. And so, but you need a website. So now that moves me into the next business. Learn how to develop websites. If you know that you don't mind tinkering with stuff and making stuff pretty and all that, now I will say this. You can be a WordPress specialist, a Wix specialist, or a Weebly specialist. You can make money either way. Either way. I've done websites on all 3 platforms. I've never done a Squarespace website, but Weebly, Wix, and WordPress, I do more WordPress than anything. I personally have 10 Weebly sites of my own that I'm about to go and destroy one because I need to put up a page later on today. Become that person, and you can tell people this is why you should have a Wix site, because it does this and this. This is why it's good to have a Weebly site, because it does this and this. And this is why, because see, WordPress is the big daddy of them all. Now, if you know you like tinkering stuff, and let's say you don't know how to use that, and you say, you know what, I want to become a WordPress specialist. That's what I want to do, because I like making things pretty. I don't mind building things and creating things and using my brain to make it pretty. Then become a WordPress specialist, right? Pick a niche in there. I only do WordPress site for chiropractors, right? One chiropractor going to tell his friend, and he going to tell one, and he going to tell one, and so on and so on. I only do WordPress site for business coaches. One business coach going to tell their friend, and so on and so on. You want to join organizations where your target is. So if you know all you do is WordPress sites for chiropractors, go to the chiropractic conference. I guarantee you there's one somewhere. If you know you're only going to do Weebly sites for dentists because they're really not going to do anything, they just need a site, right? Go to the dentist conference. They're there. Put your card out. I'm a Weebly specialist. I build sites for dentists. I'm a dentist, a WordPress specialist. I'm a dentist website specialist. What is that? I help you optimize your website so that people in your community can find your services and choose you as their dentist. Simple as that. Specialize. Building websites could be very lucrative. Time consuming. Let me just say this. But lucrative. And you can charge way more than me. See, I know when somebody asks me that, I already know what kind of budget they're working with. So I already know the fees, right? I already know what they're trying to do. So I know how intricate my work has to be. I already know that. So I don't have to go through like, oh, and we need to do a consult. I don't need to do that because I already know. Because here's the thing, I didn't put my shingle out for that. I put my shingle out to help you get on the Noise TV Network platform or to help you go on your podcast. So I know what I put my shingle. You just happen to need a website to embed your video player on. You just happen to need a website to embed your podcast player, and I just happen to know how to do it. So you don't have to put your shingle out for everything. Put the shingle out there what you specialize in, and trust me, when you start talking to people that, well, I got a site. I mean, and you'll hear people say, well, I do chiropractic, but I really don't want to do that. I really want to be in real estate. And I had somebody tell me this. She was a chiropractor, and she was selling houses. Like my daughter and I was going to look at some houses, and she's like, yeah, I'm a chiropractor by trade, but I really don't want to do that. So real estate is my passion. But, that pays the bills right now, and it has insurance perks. Here's the thing. There's a chiropractor out there right now who's thinking about, I really want to be in real estate, and I need a website. If you are the number one go-to person to build real estate websites, whether you build them from scratch or not, you're the person, because you're going to go there and you're going to put in, like, the videos that they give you for the house, and it's going to look beautiful, and you are the real estate website magnet. That's who you are. All right? That's one. So that's the other one. Do some website. And here's the thing. You can go online and learn anything you want to. Anything. Free. You can go for free. Or you can go to Udemy. Or you can go to Skillshare. Or you can go to Udacity. There's a place out there for you to learn that's really inexpensive. And that's going to be a part of that $100 that you're going to spend. You're going to invest in yourself to learn the skill you need to learn to launch this business. You understand what I'm saying? You have to do that. My next thing is a social media manager. Oh my God, they are in high demand. Now, here's what I would tell you. I referred somebody because she did a workshop for me, for my TV network. So I referred her to one of my friends, and she said she was a Facebook guru, right? And she sounded like she knew what she was talking about. She had written books. She made a ton of money. Well, my friend. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. But my friend fired her, and she fired her because she never did see the stats of her campaign. And that was big. Like, I need to know what's happening. And the person wanted her to just trust that what she was doing was right. And she's like, well, I want to see. I need to see my own stats. And she wouldn't do it. So she fired her. Social media managers are in high demand because there are a lot of people who don't want to. People try to hire me all the time to do social media posting. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I barely want to do it for myself. Now, that is something I can do and will not do. I won't raise my hand for that, even though I know how. A website, yes, because I'm done. Like, once I'm finished it, it's done. Social media, absolutely not. I don't want to do my own, right? And there are a lot of people out there like me who say, you know what, Audrey, I know I should be posting on Facebook. I know I should have an Instagram account. I know these things. I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to learn. That's where you come in. And that's free to set up. Put your shingle out. But here's the thing. You need to know what you're going to be a social media master at. Don't just say, hey, I know how to run a Facebook ad. I did that, right? And this is when I realized, I don't want to do this. I had a client. She paid me $650 to run a Facebook ad. I had no idea what I was doing. But what I did was I learned. And I ran her ad. And she got some traction, right? What we discovered was she got a lot of Spanish-speaking people. We weren't prepared for that. I didn't know what to tell after that. Like, hey, anybody in your office? And she did, like, weight loss. She had an office in the DC area, and she did weight loss. She got a ton of people, and they all spoke Spanish. It was off of a Facebook ad. Now, I set the ad up. I put it in the DC metro area. I talked about her services, and she got hits like crazy. But these people spoke Spanish, and they was on Facebook trying to speak Spanish. I'm like, holy crap. Like, what are you supposed to... Even though she did well with the ad, I realized I can't do this because that's not my specialty. It doesn't excite me. It stressed me out. But that may not be you. You may love Facebook, which I don't like Facebook. That's another problem. So, that means I had to be on Facebook looking at stats. I don't like Facebook in general. I don't like it. So, that sucked. But she got clients, which she recouped her investment, which was great. I was happy about that. But I realized, I'm not doing that. I don't like it. That may not be you. You may love Facebook, right? Then take some time. Listen, go on. If you don't want to go take a video class and you're the person that like to read, I bought a book. I bought a Facebook advertising book, and I took a Udemy class. And that's how I was able to launch. Now, I know how to do them now. Now I know how to do them. I know what Facebook will flag you for when you put out an ad, because they flag me like, okay, why is my ad? Now, this is my own personal ad. why is my ad not going through? So I had an ad. No, this wasn't my personal ad. This was my client's ad. She had an ad. I put a picture in there of a woman with a tape measure around her waist, like measuring herself, and you could see part of her stomach. And they kept flagging. And I said, what the heck are they flagging it for? Well, they was flagging it because the tape measure was suggesting that she lose. It was crazy. I was like, what kind of sense does that make? So when I realized that's what was going on, I had to change the picture. So, and I learned that from a Udemy, $11.99 Udemy class, and a $27 book I bought on Amazon. So social media managers are in high demand. Instagram, right now, I can tell you right now what I am going to learn. I'm going to learn Instagram. And so because I realized it's easier for me to market on Instagram, and I like it a little bit better because it has a lot of video and I can hashtag and find my people easily. So that's what I'm gonna focus on, growing my business, Instagram. And so I knew that I wanted to hit a certain target with the Butterfly Squad, right? I knew I wanted to find women who were struggling with their businesses, who really needed to sit down and have clarity sessions, who really needed accountability, because this is what my clients were telling me. I'm so glad I got you for accountability. And I talk to some of my clients on a regular telephone, like on a weekly basis, because they always have a problem. Like I talked to one yesterday and she ordered 2 services because she had a problem. She knew I could fill a need. And so again, there you go. I got a consultation set up tomorrow with a new client because she know that I know about community podcasting, or local podcasting, which is what she's trying to launch. Right? So there you go. And so, I'm learning Instagram because with the Butterfly Squad, I know who I'm trying to target. And for me, when I think about trying to target people, I feel that Instagram is the best platform for me to plant my flag, to learn. Now, I don't have a problem learning any of those things because I run ads on Instagram. I've used the hashtag on Instagram, and I'm amazed, like, wow, that's really cool, right? So if I put in prime example for this show, and I'm gonna end soon, but I got to get this out to you. If I put in hashtag Lawrenceville, right, in Instagram, it'll tell me all the people that have been active on Instagram in the last hour in Lawrenceville. And a lot of times it's thousands. I remember one time going on there and I put in hashtag Loganville, and it was like 15,000 people in Loganville was active in the last hour. And I'm thinking, Loganville? Is it 15,000 people in Loganville? That's how crazy I was, right? But that was amazing to me. And I was like, okay, Instagram is it. So I know that Instagram is going to be instrumental in helping me building up the Butterfly Squad community. And so I'm going to learn everything I can to make that happen. And so that's where I'm planting my flag. Now, am I going to put my flag and say, hey, I'm an Instagram master? Absolutely not, because that's not my goal. My goal is to use that platform to grow my Butterfly Squad community. And so what I'm saying to you is pick one niche. Don't try to be, there's a woman right now, she make a ton of money. All she talk about is LinkedIn. She speak around the world about LinkedIn. Everything is LinkedIn. LinkedIn. And she gets a lot of recognition for that. People come to me for podcasting. They come for me for, how to get my podcast on Alexa, how to do a community podcast. They come for me for podcasting. And when it comes to me for podcasting, I said, my podcast is also on TV. And now they know, oh, shit, she got a podcast on TV too? Yep. So they know me for those things, because that's what I'm always talking about. Pick one social media platform, master it, become like a super master in that platform. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to pick up a lot of clients because you mastered that one platform. But you're going to also pick up a lot of people who want to know how you mastered it. So now you create a course on how you mastered that platform. You're going to make more money from the course. You're probably going to stop dealing with clients because they can get on your nerve. But you're going to make more money coaching people on how to become a master like you did. And because you are so firm in your abilities, you won't mind sharing your information, and people won't mind paying you for it. I give a bunch of podcasting classes, in person and online. Why? Because I know how to set up a podcast. I've been podcasting since 2009. I podcast 4 days a week. So why not ask me what I'm doing? Why not ask me what's happening in the industry? So I just said those are 3 businesses that you can start right now for less than $100 and make a ton of money. But you got to be a master at all of them. And you got to be passionate about them. And they can't be just for making money. It's got to be something that you really, really like. I really like podcasting. That's why I do it. That's why I'm launching, I'm relaunching Talk Business with Audrey. I'm going to be going live January 6th with my partner Rudolph Travis. He's in the DC metro area, very big into politics. But we're going to be doing global conversations where it's all about economic development, pretty much in Africa. So I'm excited about that. Now I need to go get my throat checked because it hurts. I'm like, why is my throat hurting? But anyway, I'm passionate about podcasting, and so I said all that to say you need to be passionate about what you're doing. You need to share what you're doing. If you go into any of those 3 industries right there, website development, virtual assistants, or social media manager, you're gonna find some people, right? And here's the thing: learn how to price yourself before you set your pricing. In all 3 of them, learn how to price yourself. Don't feel because I'm just starting out, I gotta say no. Think about the work you're gonna put in, because then you can go in too low. You can't go up once you tell a person, well, I charge $12 an hour, which is ridiculous, right? Because you're worth way more than that. If you charge them $12, you can't go up to $25 an hour when you think you got some clients on your belt. You need to come out the gate. If you know you charge, $75 an hour, come out the gate that way. And then when your new clients come on, you can say $150. But your old clients come out the gate where you want to be. If you know what, I'm trying to make $750 a week. I need to bring in 10 clients at $75. Now that's a lot of work. Do your numbers. That's a lot of work. If you're doing websites, that's a lot of work. Right? If you know you're trying to make $1,000 a month, what does that mean? I need 10 clients paying me $100 a month. And you need to be very specific about what you're going to be offering them, because they're going to call you on that. And when they add more services, your price have to go up. They can't just add services, right? And you got to get your emotions out of it. I had to learn that the hard way. I'm such a heartfelt person. People will come to me, and I had to, whenever now they come to me, and it's so funny because I have a friend, she's an attorney, and she's good at this. But she said to me, she said, Audrey, say what you're going to say and don't say another word. She said, I don't care if y'all sit there for 20 minutes, nobody say anything. Once you say what you need to say, don't you say another word. Because they have to come back and answer your question. So if you set your price, if your price is $3,000, then that's your price. Once you tell them my fee is $3,000, don't say another word. Don't offer no discounts. Don't say nothing. And when I tell y'all, when I learned that, I was like, yeah. People ask me all the time, how much is that going to cost me? I tell them, and I don't say another word, because it's up to you. It's up to them at that point. So what I'm saying to you is, before you put your prices out there, make sure that it's a price that you're gonna, you can live with. You know what kind of money you're trying to make, then say that. And then as you grow, then you up it. But you can't up it on the old clients unless they add in some new services. So unless you add more value to what you're offering to your old clients, you can't up your price on them because they're going to be locked in. So lock in at a good price. If you say right now, man, I make $3,000 a month on my job, I need to replace that. What is that going to take? That's going to take me having 30 clients paying me $100 a month. Or that's going to take me having 10 clients paying me $300 a month. Give them $300 worth of service and charge them $300 a month. I just put together, I had to just add a service to my website. And for them to my Noise Media website, that's why I knew my website was jacked up, because I had to add a service. So I added channel partner, and to be a channel partner is $17.97 setup fee, and then it's $3.97 a month. I'm just gonna wait. So if you want me to put you on TV, it's $1,700 for me to set your channel up on the Noise Media Network, and then after that it's $3.97 a month. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I'm putting you on 4 TV platforms, a mobile app, and probably Alexa. So I'm cool with that. That's a great value. I already know it is. So that's all I got for you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 11 minutes with me. It kind of almost sound like it almost sound like a Monday, right, where we go over time. But I just wanted to share that with you. Since I didn't have a guest, I wanted to give you something to think about over the next couple of weeks, because I know everybody's going to be planning for the new year, and planning what they want to do and the plans they want to make for the new year and all that stuff. So I wanted to give you something to think about. I want to help you get in a position where a shutdown does not affect your bottom line for you and your family, because that's important. I am blessed to not have had to be affected by the coronavirus the way it has affected a lot of people. I'm blessed. Not so many people can say that. I'm not saying I'm lucky. No, I'm truly blessed, and I know that's a blessing. And so you need to get to a place where you're blessed, so that the next time, and I'm not speaking to existing, but it could very well happen. If something should ever happen again like this, you're not struggling. You're not trying to get in the food line because you don't have food, because your business is doing so well, and it's almost recession proof, that it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you what's going on in our government. It doesn't affect you. Because if you need to pack up and take your money and bounce, then you can do that. Right now, A lot of people can't move. We saw that with Katrina. A lot of people stayed put and lost their lives because they could not make a move to get out of a town that was going to be flooded, and they lost their lives. You don't want to be in those positions. You don't want to, but you have to do the work. Like God, if you take one step, God will take two. But you got to take the first step. If you take one step, God will take two. But you got to take the first step. So I just wanted to give you those things to give you something to think about over the holiday season. You know, virtual assistant may not be it for you. It may be something else. You may love to sew. Whatever it is. Do your research. Do your homework. Take the courses. Get the training. Do those things. And listen, if you're having a problem trying to do any of those things and you're a woman, join the Butterfly Squad. Become a member of our community. You see what I just did right now? I do this all the time. All the time. That's what God has charged me to do. Right? I love podcasting, but He's charged me to do more. And my more is to help people realize their dreams and bring them to life. So if you know that you have a dream that you want to bring to life, become a member of the Butterfly Squad. Go to www.thebutterflysquad.biz. I'll be happy to help you. Now listen, don't bring no negativity. I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to give you your money back and kick you out. So don't come with the negativity. Don't come with the whining. Don't come with none of that. All right? All right, so that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I just want to say thank you for listening. It's the weekend for me, and you be safe out there. Listen, follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Go to Apple Podcasts. Find your favorite 2 episodes and give it 5 stars. I appreciate and love you the life of that. You could have been anywhere, but you spent the last hour and 15 minutes with me. And I hope that I provided you something to think about to move you forward into 2021. We're going to get through all this nonsense with the coronavirus and the government officials with all the nonsense there. Then we're going to get through that stuff. But when we get through it, right, we need to come out bigger and better than we were before, like for real. No messing around, for real. All right, y'all stay safe. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 a.m. God willing. Keep your mask on. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.